This is the thing about Francis. I genuinely believe he's a natural athlete. He is just a different breed, you know. The power and speed that he generates, he is the most powerful striker, I think, in the history of MMA, in my opinion.
Oof. I wouldn't be surprised if Ngannou gets the victory, but I'm backing Stipe for the win.
I'm convinced on Ngannou here. I think he's going to have trained enough to keep it standing and to keep Stipe in his world. And what I didn't realise was how inexperienced he was in that first fight. I think he was a bit of a baby in that fight, and I think Stipe did him a favour by teaching him a bit of a lesson. You know, you're not just going to walk through people.
Yeah, made him go back to the drawing board.
And I think that's probably going to come in handy. And also, one thing that a lot of people left comments about when we talked about this on a stream was smaller cage. Bigger cage obviously helps the guy who's trying to get away from the puncher.
Of course, yeah.
And this is going to contain it a little bit, potentially, and make it more easier for Ngannou to keep him in the corner.
I feel like Ngannou's going to win. I don't know if that's because I'm falling in love with the story, or I feel like he's going to have learnt from his mistakes last time out.
Ngannou's last 4 fights have lasted a collective of 3 minutes.
Oof. Oh, they're very gentlemanly to one another, aren't they?
Yeah, there's always
very
been respect.
Until they're twatting each other in the face.
Yeah.
That's quite gentlemanly, isn't it?
Miocic is going to want to feint the takedown as much as possible to keep him guessing.
Ngannou's going to be nervous.
You know what's mad? You know, if you saw Miocic out in the street, you'd think, look at this geezer.
Yeah, and he will ruin you.
Yeah, he will ruin you. Yeah.
That's what Croats do, though.
fella.
Croats are deceptive in how strong they are.
Yeah, it's like Modric. Like we used to have a kid like Modric in our team. He was like skinny and that, and you just think. And
Francis has taken his time, and by that I mean he spent 10 seconds without killing him.
Yeah.
So
it's not over yet.
This is him.
Slow start from Ngannou.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
For him, this is patient as fuck.
And even then, those leg kicks look very powerful.
Yeah, awful.
But he kicked him, and it was like he kicked the wall.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened.
Ooh, all right, Ngannou.
We're a minute in, and the other guy's still up breathing.
Stipe is just letting him, just moving around him, making him miss, making him get more ego. At the moment, that's what it looks like anyway, because he hasn't done much.
Right hook! Big right hook from Francis, landed very well. Stipe took it well though. Stipe took it very well.
He changed the shape of his trim quickly.
Yeah. He's got
my short back and sides.
He flattened it right out for him.
Yeah. These lockdown haircuts getting worse. Stipe has had hair replacement, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, that's not his bonnet.
Good for him.
The takedown's on. He's gone for the takedown, and it's defended by Francis. Is it? Yes. Done very well, Francis. And Francis spins, and he gets the lock, and he's got his back.
There's that training you were talking about.
Good work.
And he's got him down.
He's learning.
And Stipe is taking a beating, and Francis is all over him early, and he's getting punched. And he's turned his back on him, and that is never a good sign. Francis is trying to wrestle Stipe now.
Mate. Well done, Francis. But how much energy did you use? How much energy did you use? That's the question. Because we all know how it's to be explosive.
It's a lot of energy defending that as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he didn't defend much of it.
No.
Stipe's eye.
They're getting their rest now. They're getting their rest within the fight here. They're both taking a breather.
Yeah.
Stipe got a chin, man. He can take some hits.
Some of these men have
Head kick. Francis Ngannou.
Did that
He shouldn't have got hit.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have got hit with that.
100% landed, yeah.
But it was on the way out. It landed.
Yeah.
It looked like it was
defended
moving
it quite well,
slow-mo.
innit?
His leg's huge.
His eye's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a little cut under his eye.
Yeah.
On the one hand, this couldn't have started better for Francis, but you can also see he is so big, he is at risk of gassing. He's got to take his time here.
He's so top heavy, isn't he?
Mate, he's
the way he walks forward is crazy.
Yeah,
it's just
scary,
like
bro.
casual.
It's scary.
He looks like
It's just like a casual.
Yeah, exactly.
Like moseying around.
It's very relaxed as well. It looks relaxed.
Look, he's like, okay, here we go. Nice jab.
He proved he could defend the takedown, so that's got to make Stipe think twice, especially with the way he capitalised on that.
He's taking the hits well. Very impressive. Because if Ngannou done that to 98% of the division,
it's
they'd
over.
be out.
Stipe is a special fighter. Like he's proven that enough times.
Gosh, it's all Ngannou.
You notice though, Stipe's barely come near Francis for a long time. Yeah, and Francis is letting Stipe get his recovery on, which is bad, but he needs to do that because he's so big. He has to oxygenate those fucking huge muscles. So he can't keep the pressure on you. So that's great for Stipe because he could get his second win now and recover and come back.
You know this kick that Stipe's constantly employing, right? This little kick constantly.
Yeah.
Is that just insignificant, or does that have some sort of impact? Do you think? Because it just looks like
it
such
must
a
have something.
problem for McGregor, didn't it?
Yeah, it is that same calf kick that McGregor suffered with, but he ain't planting it the way Poirier did, where he puts his whole body through it.
Yeah.
It's more of an incidental one.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
They treat the kicks like the jab in boxing, isn't it? It's like just
keep someone at bay.
keep them
Just
back,
little
like
flick.
just keep reminding them you're in it.
Tell you what, as well though, they might not look like anything, but you try putting your fucking shin through something else. Yeah,
Chopping a tree down, innit? You take little bits out first. Calm.
You can see what Stipe's game plan is. He's just waiting for him to slow down.
What's he waiting for? Do you think? What he ultimately just waiting for that one opening?
No, I think he's waiting for the energy to go down.
Right.
He's waiting for him to not be as explosive, because right now he's there. He's right there, and he's attacking. He needs to wait for him to start breathing.
Not happy.
End of the first round, and Stipe...
Ngannou.
Stipe offered nothing there. I think we can...
Ngannou.
He did well to
we can
recover,
agree.
I'll give him that, and to ride the storm. But what we were worrying about for Ngannou's sake was the takedown, the wrestling. He reversed the takedown and actually got on top and beat the fuck out of
Took him
Stipe.
down as well, and ground and pound was nice.
That's that extreme couture training that we were on about. So, yes, Stipe does not look as confident here, but he's a champion. Like, let's see what these shots were like on the replays. Big
right on the
shots.
temple.
He took it. Look, he took it. He's just like, okay, nice.
He got one on the way out as well, didn't he?
The sprawl from Ngannou was great, and then he grabbed a hold of his back and put all of his weight on his back and made him carry him, and then started putting the fucking ground and pound in.
That's just agony.
That must also be so satisfying to watch as his coach. You're on the side going, we taught him that.
Yeah, I think there was at least 3 shots that could have knocked Stipe out in that first round alone.
Yeah, easily.
This guy looks like he was designed on a muscle program.
Yeah.
How long's the turnover? 1 minute, innit?
Yeah.
I felt like it went really quick.
Yeah.
It did, didn't
It's
it?
because of the great chat.
I don't know if it was half a minute or...
Oof.
Stipe is going to want to try and get a little bit of more respect into this for the second round here. He's
he
been on his bike a bit more.
You can't let him run off with it.
Yeah.
You've got to give him something to think about, you know what I mean? Oof.
Looks very fearful of even taking a minor hit, doesn't he?
Very, very controlled from Ngannou so far. He's not getting carried away. You can tell the coaches will have... Oh, lovely left hook from Ngannou.
Nice. Ngannou's on the edge. Look, he's waiting.
Yeah, he's letting Stipe go first instead of... Oh, and he's out! Oh, he's got
Good shot.
Oh, surely
Ngannou.
Francis is going to finish him.
Got him on the chin there.
Oh, he's coming back with
Oh, and he's done. And
folded him. Absolutely folded him.
Get in, son! Yes! Francis
that feels
Ngannou,
so bad when you
heavyweight
see
champ
fight
of the
like
fucking
that.
world.
Deservingly
His
so.
leg buckled under him.
Man,
Deservingly
he
so.
bent that fucker up like a pretzel.
Listen.
Folded him like a
You
deck
could break
chair,
your
bro.
leg dropping like that.
Folded him like a deck
I
chair.
got to give credit to Stipe, by the way, because he took about 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been knocked out about 5 times before he was knocked out.
He ran in when he was rocked. I don't know why he done that.
Man.
Like, he
I think he
ran
just
in
lost his head. I think he
to
just went for it.
Ngannou when he was rocked.
Mate, we are witnessing a Hollywood story.
Yeah, this is crazy.
We're watching a guy who was as
Bang.
poor as a human being can be, and now is the heavyweight champion of the fucking world, man. It's amazing.
And he had the defeat beforehand, which makes it even
mate,
better. Like, you know,
mate.
that redemption story.
Yeah, when someone beats you and you
Yeah,
come
they
back and
go
do this to
running
them.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, his leg under
Made
him. He
him
could have
look like Matrix.
By the way, I'm saying it now. John Jones losing his next fight.
Ngannou's this guy right now.
Any money.
I don't know. I can't make that decision yet. I have to wait and see.
John Jones, and I want to talk about why I think that actually.
Yeah.
If you look at the type of people John Jones has not necessarily given his best performances against.
Yeah.
I think the first Gustafsson fight,
Yep.
Gustafsson 6'4", big lad, Oven St. Prove, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that.
Big guy. Reyes in one of his last light heavyweight fights. Big guy. Mm-hmm. Guess who's bigger than all of those motherfuckers? Yeah, the biggest, baddest man on the planet, Francis Ngannou. Guess what? If he fights in a regular fight, Tyson Fury, AJ, they better fucking get out the way. This man is an animal. Do you know what I mean?
No, he can hit.
Yeah, he's got it all.
John Jones is the test. If he passed him, I can't see him go. I've
seen
for a while.
And looking back at the John Jones performances of late, there's been a lot of mediocre performances.
100%.
I take the Daniel Cormier win on, like that was a good one. But aside from that, there was people who were clipping him, who he was struggling with the Reyes fight, where he really had to dig deep to manage just to scrape a controversial draw. And if Reyes is hurting you at times, that man, he will put you in a fucking body bag, mate. John Jones better be on point if he thinks he can even just be in there and not get knocked out, let alone win the fight. Like, you've got to be perfect. Because as I said before the fight in my prediction, if you want to beat Francis, you've got to do 20 things right. He's got to do one thing right, and that's hit you once.
Yep.
Do you think he wants this fight?
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen. Jones's days at light heavyweight have been over for a while. I think his performances have shown he's not motivated, he's not into them. And a lot of people are thinking the reason why his performances haven't been as good was because of the motivation. I personally think it's because he's peaked early in his career and he's been fighting a long time.
Yep.
And he's been fighting elite level, to be fair to him, for a long time. And I think Ngannou's just going to have far too much power for him.
Oh, that knockdown.
Do you know what it is? The arrogance of John Jones. I can't think of anyone who I'd rather see smashed to bits on the floor by Ngannou, because he's always loved himself so fucking much. It'd be really like, don't get me wrong, I don't want anything bad to happen to him physically, like hurt him like properly, but his ego is so huge that it couldn't happen to a better guy. Because it would actually it's well warranted. The guy, this is a man who ran away from a fucking pregnant woman he crashed into and come back for his drugs. Like, he didn't check on her. You know what I mean? This is not a bit of a knob. Do you know what I mean? So let Francis be the fucking Justice Department for this guy.
He done well.
Yeah.
He done well.
Oh, John Jones has just tweeted, "Let's play, baby."
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to be the baby that day, man, in my opinion. I just got to say that.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
How much do you reckon that fight makes?
Huge.
How much did this fight make?
Here's the problem with John Jones's career for the longest time is, a lot of the time, is no one's given a fuck about them.
It's true.
Yeah, his fights with DC were interesting, but the other ones were like, yeah. He fought Anthony Smith, he fought, Reyes, who people didn't give a shot to, and just because they went to a decision with him, it was like, oh, actually, they did all right. But there's not been a huge interest around. That's what John Jones has been lacking in his career.
He needs the fight with Ngannou. He needs to win it in a crazy fashion.
Because if he's going to go down as the GOAT, he needs those marquee big names on his resume. And he has them, but to move up a weight class and to fight someone who seems unstoppable as Ngannou, if he wins that, then everyone is like, you are the greatest.
You're the greatest. Yeah.
This is just a warning.